Yo, if you're a classical musician struggling to get a feel for the blues, it's probably because you just don't know about this secret approach. Not a lot of folks know that Schoenberg actually had a favorite tone row for use with the 12-bar blues. And when you think about it, I mean, it's logical, right? You got 12 bars and 12 tones. It just makes sense. I believe he did pick this up in 1921, the story I heard. He was on a pilgrimage from Vienna to New Orleans, but I'm not sure. I wasn't there myself personally, so I don't know the whole story. But in any case, this tone row shows us a much superior approach to the 12-bar blues, rather than, say, using like a pentatonic scale. So if you want in on the secret, all you gotta do is learn this tone row, and you'll be golden. You can learn this in less than 10 minutes, so let me demonstrate how this sounds and how it works. Actually, I didn't play it in order, oops. As you can hear, the application of this is quite effective at drawing forth a blues sentiment. Now, if I may, let's apply Schenkerian analysis to understand why this works so well. Actually, let's not analyze anything yet. Would it be cool if I showed you in real life how you can use all 12 notes in the octave over the blues without sounding contrived? Cool, so a lot of classical musicians fall into this temptation to oversimplify the blues, and it's understandable. Everyone wants instant results these days, right? So the impulse is to ask, what scale can I use over the 12-bar blues? And of course the answer is minor pentatonic, right? Well, locking yourself into this minor pentatonic approach can actually keep you stuck, keep your ear from developing. And while it's true that using pentatonic and blues scales can be a decent starting point, I want to demonstrate to you with one simple blues lick how misleading that approach can be. So let's get into it. We're going to learn this lick. For the sake of simplicity, we're just going to use a movable hand shape here. And it's going to organize our left hand. If we play a little D arpeggio here, 4, 1, 4, just D, F sharp, A. We've given ourselves a hand frame that we can then move around the changes of the tune. Now, the lick here starts on the high note of that hand frame. So this 3-note pattern, the high note here is an A, if we're doing it over a D arpeggio. And so we'd play this fingering, 4, 3, 1, 1, 4, and you can sing it too if you want, 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. Now, you can use a blue third or a fluid third for color, but for the sake of proving our point here, we're going to just use that chromatic third movement and move that first finger from a low 1, or extended hand shape, up to a closed hand shape, just moving from one half step to another. So, go ahead and get that under your hand. And if we take this musical piece of language and we move it around, we take this lick and move it around the changes of the 12-bar blues, we're going to discover something really cool here. Now, the chords used in the 12-bar blues, of course, are D7, G7, and A7. So that's the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord in the key. We can use the same arpeggio shape here to play the D chord, the G chord, and the A chord, just by placing our 4th finger on the root of every chord. Okay, so the pinky was going on a D, a G, and an A, and you can get that hand shape, and it's just a movable shape. So let's take that lick and move it around the changes just for a couple choruses here. So here we go. Cool. Well, we took a simple blues lick and played it around the changes. Hopefully I've demonstrated how to make it sound less like a lick and more like a piece of language. But what's so crazy about this? Okay, that's all cool, Daniel, but what's amazing? Well, if we compare our note options from the pentatonic scale, we could have these 5 notes to choose from. And even if we add the blue note here, we'd have 6 notes. We'd have D, F natural, G, G sharp, A, C, and D. And if you know your music theory or your scale degrees, it'd be 1, flat, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, flat 7, and 1. Awesome. So if we do this with our lick, however, let's check out how that fills in the note choices. So over the D7, we have A, G sharp, F natural, F sharp, and D. So that would be scale degree 5, sharp 4, flat 3, 3, and 1 already, just with one lick. Cool. Over the G7, we'd have a D, C sharp, B flat, B, and G. Or scale degrees. Again, 1 again, scale degree 7, flat 6, 6, and 4. So we already have a few notes that aren't in the minor pentatonic. So to wrap it up, over the A7, we'd have E, D sharp, C natural, C sharp, and A. So that would be scale degree 2, flat 2, flat 7, oh. That's all 12 tones. I guess that's interesting, huh? So I hope you get my point. If you were a painter, you'd want to paint with all the colors, right? So why limit yourself to a single scale or like a chord scale approach when there's so much more that can be discovered and expressed using licks and language? The challenge is just getting familiar with the context of how to use these things, how to use a lick, so it's not willy-nilly like a tone row. What's up? It's Daniel Plain here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It's helpful. And also, if you want to see content on anything in particular regarding improvisation, on bowed strings, including approaches to fiddle styles or groove playing, blues, jazz, folk, rock, drop a comment below and I will do my best to address your questions and to curate content that is of interest for you. So thanks for watching. Catch you down the road.